Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Want to be a part of the Nerd Party community? Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/thenerdparty and follow us on Twitter at @JoinNerdParty. You can also help us by leaving a rating and comment in Apple Podcasts to help spread Time and Space to other listeners. If you want to contact us, visit thenerdparty.com/contact, click on our show logo, and leave a comment for us there. Welcome to Time and Space, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Jessica Nunn.
And I'm her husband and co-host, Phillip Gilfus. Well, it's finally October,
Yay,
which means...
October. Cooler weather.
No, my birthday.
Oh, right. No, you're right. That
Goodness.
probably should have been, particularly because we're not getting cooler weather. So, yeah, birthday. Yay, birthday.
Yay. So, yes, it'll be my birthday on Friday.
It will indeed.
The 4th.
I've written it down somewhere.
Right. In your heart, one Holmes. So
Today's a special day.
Is it?
Yes.
What is it?
You tell me.
It's the 2nd of October.
That is true.
The day after we saw Hamilton many
yes,
years ago in New York.
3 years ago we saw
right.
Hamilton on the 1st,
Yep,
and that's
Broadway.
what makes today special. Try again, mister.
Oh, I don't know. Probably the engagement, I guess.
Probably the engagement. Yes, 3 years ago, since you gave me a ring.
Right. I was more of a borrow.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll be wanting that back eventually.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Yes. That was because of the curse.
Well, that explains the last 2.5 years.
Yes. So what's our topic today?
Our topic today is Animated Doctor.
Well, which one? Since we're in October.
10. I figured you knew that.
Well,
Ugh.
yes, and for our Inside the TARDIS library, we will be covering the Russell T. Davies penned TV special starring a certain David Tennant, Casanova.
Yay!
But let's get into the world of animation. So we talked last month, in our 9th Doctor month, about Scream of the Shalka and the real first 9th Doctor. And, we largely good things, I think.
Yeah. But
now we're going to talk about the 10th Doctor's version to the animated version. And there were 2.
Count them, 2.
That's right. Animated 10th Doctor episode specials, whatever you want to call it. The first one was...
The Infinite Quest, which premiered on the 2nd of April, 2007.
Yes, and this was in 12 parts. 3.5 minutes each, which is weird.
12 parts, 3.5 minutes.
Yep, you do the math.
Yeah.
And, and we watched it as one episode, certainly, which obviously makes a lot more sense, I think.
42 minutes. I
Yes.
did the maths.
There you go. And this premiered on Totally Doctor Who, which is not what we call ourselves when we watch TV. Apparently it was the sort of junior version, kids version, whatever, of Doctor Who Confidential. And I guess this was something to spice things up. So anyway, I want to read the synopsis for The Infinite Quest.
Yes, please. The 10th Doctor and Martha must find the legendary lost starship, the Infinite, before the evil Balthazar, scourge of the galaxy, gets it.
Yes, so this is sort of it's set in Series 3, though, not really. I don't know. We'll get to that later. But anyway, so the Doctor and Martha, as we say.
Yep.
So what'd you think of David and Freema entering the animated universe?
I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the episode. You talking about the animation in particular?
Well, anything, really.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know a lot about animation. It worked. I could tell it was David and Freya.
Mm-hmm.
Martha and the 10th Doctor.
And so this animation was a little more on the cartoon side. We'll discuss what the opposite of that might be. But anyway, what'd you think of the animation in and of itself for this adventure, which spanned several times and places?
Yeah, it was a little jarring just because we watched the other one first, and I was like, oh, look, this is what Animated Doctor looks like, and then this one came on, and it was different. But, yeah, other than that, it worked for me.
I thought, I didn't have any real complaints. I'm always, I don't know how terrible it would have to be for me to complain. I'm pretty open to it. I think the 10th Doctor looked a little young at times.
Okay.
Than what David looks like. Like, it sort of has that sort of anime effect. If you ever look at manga or something like that, especially if it covers pop culture like Star Trek or Doctor Who, it makes the characters look really young for some reason. Maybe it's just the smoother face or something.
Yeah.
Or just that there's no hues or subdued or whatever.
Yeah, shades
Yeah.
as much in someone's face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that was, maybe a minor complaint in the animation. But, I guess a point, or the point, of animated Doctor Who, or animated anything, really, is that you can do things you can't do on the telly. So, what are some things you think that the animation world went kind of crazy on that they couldn't have done on television?
The bird.
That's right. We had the talking bird, kind of, I don't guess it was steampunk. The
It's a little steampunky.
Yeah, the oddest thing that makes me think of is the Wizard of Oz sequel, the bizarre Wizard of Oz sequel movie. I forget, what's it, The Return to Oz? Anyway, where you have sort of like the robots and the pumpkins and weird stuff. But anyway, yeah. And
the bird changes size.
Right. Which at first threw me off, but then it's supposed to be growing. Like, it's supposed to be like, we see it, younger, and then when the TARDIS goes to its next location, it's in the future, and that's why the bird's now bigger, because it's been...
No, but the bird was bigger
time
when
has passed.
No, because when the spaceship started rusting, they set the bird free, and then the bird grew into a giant bird because the guy ended up on him.
I think it's just time passing.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why the little bird, the son of bird, the doctor's like, oh, I've been gone for a year, and I fed him gold, and that's how he got bigger, and so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's weird, but it works. So, the actual story, it's sort of a
quest.
That's right. So I was trying to think of the Fourth Doctor, with him and Romana going.
I was going to say when he's looking for the pieces of the cube.
The key of time. There it is. Sorry. Yeah, the key of time. Yes.
You totally interrupted me.
Yes.
But
that
cube. Was rude.
Exactly. Well, 3 years. I know what you're going to say. But this is so. Because I didn't cheat and look at like how long this actually was. I was wondering if this is going to be like a TV movie. Quests can usually go a couple ways, but I think they went with the rule of threes on this one. One place got this data crystal or whatever it was. Second one, and then third one, and then there you go. So
yeah,
we got the pirate. What'd you think of the pirate place? Yeah,
that was interesting. It was a little convoluted in a way I'm not sure it needed to be, but that's okay. It was fine.
I don't know if they were supposed to be future referencing the, skeletons from the library.
I wondered about that too, actually, yes, when I saw them.
Which I guess they weren't, because this came out before then. Because it was a year before, obviously, that was until Donna.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. Or maybe someone stole it and used it for real life. I don't know. I guess that's one of the things you think, we could do animated, but they did that on the TV as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I guess you had those giant oil rigs you couldn't have done on television necessarily. But I don't know, you can do so many things now with New Who. So we had the TV pirate captain. She was interesting.
Yep.
I don't know who voiced her, but that was interesting. And then we went to, not the prison, there was something else in between. Oh, the Bug War, very Starship Troopers, or the place where all the bugs were fighting.
Yeah, I was just thinking the prison was before the Bug War.
No, I think it was after.
Am I wrong about that?
It was after.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
So, I did think it was very Starship Troopers, because it's like, who is fighting the bugs? And it's humans, and then
who's... And then the frog guy.
Exactly, the frog guy, yep.
That's the frog guy.
And then it's sort of like who started the war, and the 10th Doctor is basically trying to fix it. First he's trying to figure out who he could blame. Who started it.
And there's the guy, the little pilot guy who crashes or whatever. And he reminded me of Russell Tovey.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
It's a little innocent face.
Yeah, I can get it. And you have Martha doing the pirate voice, and he's like, no, don't do it. Very Rose trying to do a Scottish brogue.
Yeah.
Don't. And then the third one was the prison.
Yep.
Freezing prison with the android or the robot or whatever it was.
Yep. Who's
the governor.
Yep, but not.
Right. That was sort of a, I mean, it doesn't have to be nuanced, but it's like, first it's sort of like, you find out he's the governor. And he's like, oh, well, he's a good guy. And then it's like, oh, he's like, kill everyone. I'm like, oh, I guess so not so much.
Yeah. But I felt that's the way I felt about the pirates. You were like, oh, the skeleton guys are going to help her. So the pirate lady's the bad guy and the skeleton guys are the good guys. But they're not really, because they're on the side of the big oil rig scary corporation people. And so, yeah, there was a bit of that, I thought.
So, and then, and the prison and all that. So, yeah. And then you had I thought a moment, I mean, it was fine not to show it, of course, but with the heart's desire, because that's the infinite's supposed to give you your heart's desire, it almost is unclear that it's touching the Doctor. I mean, because Martha gets her heart's desire, and then when the Doctor arrives, you kind of see the lights play a little bit, and he sort of throws it off. It would have been interesting to maybe sort of have a thing of where he looked, and you can't see what he's looking at, but he sort of sees it, recognizes it, but then rejects it. It kind of reminds me of the 11th Doctor when he was in the hotel room, your greatest fear.
Oh, yeah.
Fear me, or fear him, and then he opened the door. Now later we found out at the end, it was, several episodes in the serials later. Was it the Kraken time? Anyway, it was something.
Yeah.
Which I always thought you never should have revealed that, honestly. I think it's just better not to show that.
Yeah.
Because he just opens that door, he's like, oh, what else could it have been? And so you can just speculate all day what it could have been.
Yeah.
And then I think it would have been cool to kind of, what would be the 10th Doctor's heart's desire? Would it be... I was thinking like maybe it was Gallifrey, or... Because, he's very last of the Time Lords.
Yeah. Yeah, and all of that got a little convoluted to me, but... It was all right.
Because for some reason I thought the Infinite was like a thing, and it wasn't. Then it's like, no, it's just a ship. Not that just a ship, because it does have the power to do whatever. But I never got that it was a ship until later.
Yeah,
I thought it was something inside the ship. No, it's the whole ship. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was just reading on Wikipedia and TARDIS.wikia that this is not considered part of Series 3.
Capital letters.
Yes.
Okay.
But would you say this is canon? Do you think it's easily thrown in there?
I don't see any reason why it couldn't be. Yeah, I'm comfortable with it being canon.
You have Martha's feelings about the Doctor, nothing's all in character. And...
absolutely. I'm not crazy about it.
Right.
But it's a thing.
I thought they were going to kiss or something. I didn't know it was going to, So, but it's not real. That's how she got rid of him. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so do you think this is a recommend for the Infinite Quest?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's something I'd not heard about. I only heard about the second one we're about to talk about, ever. So I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, this is kind of a little hidden gem of Doctor Who, as we always find as we stumble upon. All right, well, let's talk about our second entry into the 10th Doctor animated verse. And that
called Dreamland, which premiered on the 21st of November, 2009. So more than 2 years later.
Yes. Now, this is one I knew about. I just having been to in Barnes & Noble or whatever, and perusing the Doctor Who section as I'm prone to do. And I would see this sort of, I'll be frank, crappy kind of 10th Doctor CGI thing. And I was like, well, this can't be something. Whatever, I guess this, nothing I'm ever going to spend money on for a whole CD or DVD. But I didn't research it, just that there's this computer kind of CGI 10th Doctor thing. I was like, I don't know. Who knows, right?
Who knows, indeed.
So, but we watched it, of course. So do you want to do the synopsis?
Yes.
No, well, I guess a little more background.
What?
So let's do the background here. This was premiered in 6 parts. The first part being, I feel like this is like a math quiz. The first being 12 minutes. And the 5 other parts being 6 minutes each. And this premiered on the BBC's Red Button service, which I have no idea what that is. I read about it, but I still don't think I can explain what it is.
It's like the button on your remote control that gets you special features.
Okay.
But for television shows instead of DVD players or everything. It's literally the red button on your remote.
And I heard it is going to be discontinued in next year.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I don't know if that's an ITV taking over.
I don't know a whole lot about how it works. It's not something I ever used, but there you go.
And that's why, because of you.
Maybe.
So it also premiered on the website. Of course, again, like the other one we watched, this is a whole episode, which honestly I think works best. But anyway, let's give us the synopsis.
During a visit to a local diner, the 10th Doctor stumbles upon a mysterious alien artifact that leads him on a mission to rescue Ravesh Mantalax from the threat of the Viperox and the clutches of the American military.
Yes. So yeah, this takes part in the sort of Doctor Who movie special era, of. And I would, again, we're doing this our 10th Doctor month because we don't have Richard doing his 10th Doctor series yet.
Right, yeah.
I'd be curious to know why they did movies that series 5, or I don't even know if they call it series 5, but anyway, for that final part, just like, okay, we fixed it. I don't know. David still wants to do a few, but he doesn't want to do a lot. I don't know. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, particularly because presumably they're longer. Are they longer?
Yeah, but they're. Generally speaking, they're not my favorite. They're not great. They're not bad. None of them are bad, but like The Next Doctor, Order of Mars, I can't remember the name of the one with the bus, and they're out in the desert, and you have I like the girl, but Michelle Ryan or whatever as the thief. And then I know I'm forgetting one probably, but anyway, they're all fine, but okay. Versus having like 10 episodes or something. So, but anyway, I don't know the background. But anyway, but this takes place during that time, so that's why he's sort of companionless.
Okay, fair enough.
Because we're post Donna and pre the last episode at the end of time. So anyway, well, so we have the Doctor now. Who is his companion, darling?
His companion is his wife.
What?
With an American accent.
What?
I know.
I didn't know River
crazy.
could do.
No. Silly man. Georgia Tennant co-stars as Cassie. And Jimmy Stalking Wolf is the extraneous companion.
Right. Well, you say that. Don't put the Native American indigenous people aside, darling.
I wouldn't. Doctor Who apparently would, yes.
Well, I thought it was apropos. I guess New Mexico. I'm trying. Where's Area 51? It doesn't exist. No, but like it's New Mexico.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But anyway, it kind of reminded me of. Of course, X-Files. But anyway, X-Files had this episode. Did you ever watch X-Files?
No.
Okay. It's one of the things I tried. Tangent here. It's one of the things I tried to rewatch. I know there's a lot of X-Files fans out there, and I enjoyed it. In the '90s, but I never got far in it just because of that's just one of those things.
You weren't home on the night that it aired.
I guess
every time.
apparently, me, wild and crazy.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, you in the '90s, yeah.
Can't even imagine, right?
Nope.
But anyway, all of like 15. Because like the later episodes, like I don't even know the other agents. When the Fox and Scully left, there's actually I don't know any about that stuff. But anyway, there was a good part where they were in the desert, and then they have like the indigenous people who ended up like spreading what happened through oral tradition. Like this code speakers. That's not what they're called. You know what I'm talking about? During World War II. Yeah, just like that. So I thought that was a really cool part.
Code talkers.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah. So anyway, that kind of reminded me of this.
See, for me, I was totally 11th Doctored here.
Okay.
And even a little bit 12th Doctor, but obviously the 11th Doctor and all of his stuff in the desert.
Right. Okay. Town of Mercy, or more like. Impossible Astronaut. Okay.
And then again, 12 Doctored. I kept expecting Clara to show up with a guitar. And,
So again, this compared to the Infinite Quest, Dreamland is more CGI-y.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like I was in a video game. I didn't like that bit.
Yeah, in some ways, like it literally was like I was thinking, watching some parts, like this could literally be the Doctor Who video game. And it would be interesting. It wouldn't be the greatest graphics in the world, but it would have been fun to play this story as the Doctor or whatever. Maybe we could change characters. You could be Cassie, you could be whatever. I thought it's not great CGI, but you could imagine it like a reboot or Doom or something like that. But
okay,
what do you think of the actual story of aliens, I mean, it's the Doctor. Doctor Who's always going to be aliens, but aliens and other aliens or aliens and that, and then the bad military people.
Yep. And again, sort of following the Doctor Who trope, you've got the very bad aliens,
right?
The very bad humans,
right?
And then the aliens that may or may not be good aliens. I wasn't 100% sure because the guy was definitely creating a thing that was going to wipe out the other guys.
Chemical warfare, biological warfare.
Biological warfare, yeah. But he was painted in a much more sympathetic light.
Right.
It got complicated.
And then you had the robots.
Robot guys.
Men in Black robots.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. And it was totally Men in Black, and I found that a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they called them things.
Yeah.
What did they call them?
I can't remember.
Guys with the pointy...
I was just thinking Men in Black robots.
Guys with the sunglasses.
Mr. Dreary,
like
the shades
yes.
of something. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, and kept talking about the fact that they all wore black. I mean, it was all very tongue-in-cheek, I thought.
I thought it was an interesting premise that it's not the Men in Black you would think of, the Earth, American, whatever, government trying to protect secrets. It's other aliens trying to protect Earth from knowing there are aliens. So
yeah.
I guess, whatever. So I thought that was an odd but interesting way to approach it.
Yep.
And so the hijinks ensue.
Hijinks. That include the old trope of the elder of the indigenous tribe. Yeah. Knowing all the answers already.
I thought, and look,
they have their own alien. Mm-hmm. He's hanging out with them.
I'm not one to talk, so I could be completely wrong in this. But I thought when they actually used bows and arrows, I'm like, I don't know.
A little on the nose.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that anymore, really. I get it, but not really,
Yeah.
I mean, they have access to guns, is what I'm saying.
But it wouldn't be Doctor Who.
I know.
So. And it was the 50s, wasn't it?
It was, but we had guns then too.
No, I understand, but I don't know. Yeah. Trying to give the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily comfortable with the portrayal of the indigenous people in this, but
whatever. Yeah. I believe. I mean, I don't know. Well, they sounded. Of course, they sounded it. That's the whole point of voice acting. They sounded like indigenous people, but one hopes they casted it appropriately. But if it's a British production, probably.
I was just going to say, considering they cast Georgia Tennant as the American girl, I'm thinking maybe not.
Yeah. So, and she's listed as Georgia Moffat in this. So, yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about this, dating.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if I remember correctly, a year is when they started dating, which this would have been around this time. So I don't know. I won't do the romantic timeline, but anyway. Yes.
Fun.
Yes.
None of our business.
Exactly.
But
who are we to judge a married couple involved in Doctor Who?
That's right.
I mean, what do we know about that?
Without sin.
Exactly. Any high moments or low moments from this episode?
No, I liked the stereotypical aliens. That was an interesting, they're separated and yeah. Again, it got a little convoluted there.
You had to get the magic ball. I can't believe nobody made the Indiana Jones and the Raiders of Ark reference when they went into like the big warehouse with all the secrets of all the alien stuff. So.
Oh, they could have. I wouldn't have gotten it.
No.
Sorry.
But anyway. Yeah, they got the magic ball, and then they were by the magic alien flies, and it was all very magic.
Magic.
I did like it's very cartoony, considering this is a cartoon, where the Doctor just like unscrews the bottom of the crate, and they just walk in the crate, like I was like, oh, goodness, we're really going for it here.
Yep. Little bit of Scooby-Doo influence.
Exactly. But yes. And then I guess the Doctor plays matchmaker at the end.
Yep. With his wife.
Yep. Yeah.
These things happen.
You have to let go of the ones you loved.
Is that the way it works?
Yeah. I'm going to give you off to another podcast.
Wait, what?
So would you recommend this?
Yeah. I enjoyed both of these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if you can get... And again, I don't have a problem with it. But it's very 90s CGI. Even though it's made in 2009, it's very 90s CGI. But, whatever. If you can just get... The story's there, the voices are there. It's all there.
Yep. So, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, you have the 10th Doctor doing an American accent for about 5 seconds. So.
Bless.
Yeah, exactly. So, any thoughts about where Doctor Who could go with animation now in 2019?
I mean, I think Oh, Jodie would make a great animated character, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I always think there's room for more media.
And what we talked about last time, there was, when I was doing the research, some people thought, I don't know if it was the Infinite Quest, but, seeing the title before it came out, that it might involve past Doctors.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, with animation,
you've got that option.
Yeah, just like Big Finish, like we said with Dream of Shalka, Big Finish could move into doing animation. I mean, I know they got enough, but
yeah, and I like the animation.
Mm-hmm. Cool, and it'd be interesting for the other Doctors to come back. So,
yep, I like it.
And then David Tennant loves voice work.
Apparently,
Scrooge McDuck.
Woo!
Dude. So yay, Ducktales.
This is actually in his notes. Yeah, I know. I saw it.
All right. Well, with all this animated talk, let's go into the TARDIS library.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
When you close your eyes,
I go to the library.
Go to the library now.
And we're going to talk about Casanova.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Casanova, this British dramedy.
Yes, just a 2-part.
Oddly enough, 3 parts when it aired.
Really?
Yes, it's
okay,
2 parts
on
Netflix.
It's just 2 parts.
Yeah.
Huh. That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. And it aired on the 13th of March, 2005.
Big year.
Was it a big year?
It's when Doctor Who came back.
Oh, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, all pre-Doctor, of course.
Yes.
Weird rat tail.
Uh-huh.
But I shall read you the synopsis, if I may.
Cool, and it's not much of one, but that's no reflection on you. I'm sure you'll read it well.
Casanova tells the story of the life of 18th century Italian adventurer Giacomo Casanova, based on his own 12-volume memoirs. The 1-hour episodes, really just 1 hour?
Episodes.
Hour and a half.
Yes.
Yeah. Stars Peter O'Toole as the older Casanova looking back on his life, and David Tennant as the younger version. Rose Byrne, Rupert Penry Jones, Matt Lucas, Sean Parks, Nina Sosanya, and Laura Fraser are also featured. Written by Russell T. Davies.
I added that part. I mean, there's so many things to say. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It been in my Netflix queue forever.
I had seen it. I'd already seen it.
Okay.
But thoroughly enjoyed the rewatch.
And I mean, I just have so much to praise for Russell T. Davies. He is a great writer. And honestly, apart from Doctor Who, not that I've seen that much, but I've seen enough of his stuff. I haven't seen Queers for British yet, so that might be interesting. But I've seen him Cucumber, I've seen Banana, I've seen Casanova. I'm trying to figure out what else I've seen, and then of course with Doctor Who. But he has this great ability to have, and especially when he's playing with David here, to do these large comic turns under these large dramatic turns. I mean, I know it's so cliche to say dramedy, but I mean he is a great writer. Who can take you in all those places and be as funny as possible, but then take what this funny concept, this Casanova, doing all this crazy stuff, and then make it very tragic and sad.
And make it so likable. I mean, we want to read Casanova's memoirs now. All 12 of them. Preferably translated into English. My Italian is shocking.
And I mean, I know we're supposed to talk about David Tennant and Russell, but I mean, Peter O'Toole, you got to talk about him. I think it's very interesting because I forget when he died, how soon this was. Because he died not recently, but sometime, But he's basically playing himself. I think if anyone could play Casanova, it's Peter O'Toole.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the kind, I feared for how Rose was during this filming of this, which, it's not funny in the modern era, but, Peter O'Toole, I think, is a guy, who, if you were on set with him, he's probably drinking brandy and talking about the good old days and all that stuff. And, who he was making out with on Lawrence of Arabia set or something.
Yeah. Also, of course, interesting casting choice because Peter O'Toole has blue eyes.
Right. And David Tennant has brown eyes.
Except in Casanova when David Tennant has blue eyes.
Yes, that's right. I mean, you're not going to tell Peter O'Toole to change his eyes.
Right, exactly. So, yeah. Had to be the young upstart
Exactly.
with the weird rat tail.
Exactly. But, David has a range, obviously. I mean, we've seen him in as Detective
Broadchurch.
Broadchurch. I mean, that's a completely different character. Even in little stuff, even in why can't I never remember the name of that series? The musical.
Oh, Blackpool.
I mean, completely different. And I mean, he even in Harry Potter for all, but like. Yeah. This is the 10th Doctor. I mean, I can see. I mean, obviously it's Casanova, but I can tell. Like Russell said, like David, what you did. Can you take about like 70% of that and make that the 10th Doctor? I mean, because it is just so there. I mean, it's not. You know, you can say actors. They're going to have the same performance, but they don't. Actors can do different performances. You know, it's like saying Peter Capaldi. You know, when he was in. The political one where he's cussing every other word. Oh, that's how the 12th Doctor's going to be. No, of course it's not. It's going to be a totally different character. But Casanova is pretty much the 10th Doctor. And I mean, but like I said, in both ways. In the comic sense.
Maybe it was his audition piece.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I mean, well, I think this is, I don't think it's any way to say Russell saw his, well, he had Chris, but when Chris popped out, I think this is one of the things, well, I know exactly who to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
It makes me want to watch or rewatch The Girl in the Fireplace, just because it's sort of the same era, and it sort of has those same themes of romance, of comedy, of tragedy, and then the ending with the dead, the mistress. I know she has a famous name.
Oh yeah,
Madame de Pompadour. Sorry,
Pompadour. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And then you have, well, not that Peter O'Toole knows, but you know the dead, whatever her name was, girlfriend, and you know, sort of playing that for what it is, and the quest of trying to see them again after a long time apart, and what that means. And so that's a very sad ending. And so I'm interested to watch The Girl in the Fireplace again, because it's basically, I feel like it would probably be Casanova in a nutshell.
Not completely dissimilar, It
doesn't hurt.
Very French instead of Venetian.
And it doesn't hurt that Murray Gold did the music for Casanova. So, I mean, you will hear the 10th Doctor's music of his theme in Casanova. So that's what it really is on thick. And I mean, it's all in a good way. I don't mean to be making that's a bad way at all. It's just if you've seen Doctor Who, you'll love Casanova if you haven't seen it.
Yes. A great triumvirate of men, I suppose, with Tennant and Gold and Davies. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it goes in a weird area, but it talks about why it's going in a weird area at the end there with the sun and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
I love, just one last, I do love, I assume it was filmed in Venice or somewhere.
Some of it was, I'm sure.
So the outside, obviously, is all going to be these villas or whatever.
Gorgeous, yeah.
But I like how they use the same room for like 3 different places.
Yeah.
For all the courts, just this one room. And then that modern sort of take, I mean, I don't know if that's director or Russell or whatever, of how to do the different courts. You know, the French court, the English court, the whatever. And so.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Really a nice. I thoroughly enjoy it. Thoroughly recommend it.
Yeah. All right. Well, darling, in this 10th month, what are we going to continue to talk about with the 10th Doctor, or do you even know?
I do.
Okay.
We're going to talk about romance, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Lurr. I know.
Well, I think with, you know, I don't know. You can say this fairly or unfairly, but I'll say it. And you can tell me whatever. The 10th Doctor, I think, is probably the most romantic Doctor. Maybe that's controversial, but he certainly had his fair share of love interest. Either him, and we always argue maybe the Doctor's asexual, but I don't know. But I feel like, of them all, we can say the Doctor had the most relationships. Or at least I will just say that. That'll be my thesis. Maybe we'll disprove it. But that we saw on screen, not just, you know, mentioned. But we'll see. And then maybe some that pined after him as well.
Yeah. Although I think we're missing out on the 11th Doctor and Marilyn Monroe. Just putting that out there.
Well, I guess we're married now. Hope you're happy. Well, until next week, enjoy the Doctor's many adventures throughout
time and space.
This is BBC Television.